Tutorial 3. Drafting the Dress Form, Part 2. I draw the stomach line 12 centimeters below the waistline. My client's stomach circumference is 90 centimeters. I divide it by 4 and get 22.5 centimeters. I measure this distance on the stomach line, left and right of the center of the dress form, and mark the notches. Then, I draw the hip line 19 centimeters below the waistline, or 7 centimeters below the stomach line. My client's hip circumference is 98 centimeters. I divide it by 4, measure 24.5 centimeters on the hip line left and right of the center of the dress form, and mark the notches. I mark a half of the crotch length on the central vertical line down from the waistline. My client's crotch length is 63 centimeters. Therefore, I mark 31.5 centimeters. It's the length of the panties from up to down. I mark 5 centimeters left and right of the central vertical line at the bottom of the panties and join the points with the hip line notches. Now, we can join the notches of the hip line, the stomach line, the waistline, the bust line, and the under bust line. Do the same from the opposite side. These sides should be symmetric. Looking at the draft, I noticed that the cups stand way too far from the neckline, so I've decided to mark 6 centimeters inwards from the bust line notches of the back and not the front to move the cups closer to the edges of the neckline. I redraw the location of the underwires. Please note their configuration. They are placed with their lower end to the center. So I have marked a new location of the cups. Next, I redraw the front neckline starting at the shoulders. I draw the shoulders of the front half. And then I check it one more time. The front shoulder to waist measurement I took is 44 centimeters. Let's check it. Now I can tell the old location of the waistline was actually right. I purposely demonstrate to you the entire process of constructing a dress form with all adjustment moments and not just the final results, so you know it's a creative process and you shouldn't be afraid of applying changes. I restore the initial waistline, redraw the stomach line, the hip line, and the crotch length, transfer all the notches onto the new lines, and adjust the shape of the dress form. The new lines of the front are marked green. Now, let's work on the arm size. My client's arm size circumference is 45 centimeters, and I need a half of it, 22.5 centimeters. First, I mark the side length in accordance with the measurement, 22 centimeters. The outer end of the front shoulder line I've drawn corresponds with the front shoulder slope measurement and is located 42 centimeters from the waist. And the outer end of the back shoulder line corresponds with the back shoulder slope measurement and is located 43 centimeters from the waist. I find the outer end of the shoulder line on the back piece. In order to build up the armscye, I will use the average of the front and the back shoulder slopes, i.e., lift the armscye up by 0.5 centimeters at the front and lower it by the same value at the back to even things out. That totally works for knitted fabric. We have measured the front width, 33 centimeters in my case. It's taken horizontally right above the breasts between implied vertical lines going upwards from the front corners of the underarms. The line of the armscye is supposed to pass through it. I marked a half of the measurement, 16.5 centimeters, left and right of the central vertical line. And I use a French curve to draw the armscye on the front of the dress. The armscye line of the back piece should pass through the points of the back width measurement that equals 31 centimeters in my case. I mark a half of it, 15.5 centimeters, left and right of the center. I draw the armscye on the back of the dress. Our 2D development drawing of a custom dress form is ready. I fold it in half along the central line and cut it out following the outer lines. I can always apply minor alterations later if it comes to that. Here's our development drawing. Transfer it on the second sheet of the same kind of paper.